Every minute you stay silent, another older adult suffers in the dark. In America alone, millions of seniors are abused, neglected, or financially exploited, often by people they know and trust. And yet, most of these cases go unreported. Why? Because too many of us still believe the lie that pain, fear, and mistreatment are just part of getting old. But here's the truth you need to hear. Elder abuse is not normal. It is not acceptable. And it is never too late to stop it. You may think this doesn't affect your family, but abuse doesn't always leave bruises. Sometimes it hides behind a fake smile, a missed phone call, or a sudden change in bank activity. If you're a caregiver, a loved one, a neighbor, or even just someone who cares, you have a responsibility. Because what you learn today could protect someone's dignity, someone's independence, and maybe even their life. Stay with me. What comes next will change the way you see aging and the way you protect those who matter most. Elder abuse is a hidden epidemic in the United States, and it feeds on silence. Every year, an estimated 1 in 10 Americans over 60 is abused, neglected, or exploited. Close to 7 million parents, grandparents, neighbors, and veterans. Experts believe only 1 case in 24 is ever reported. The rest disappear into the shadows, their pain dismissed as just old age. That complacency ends here. During the next 15 minutes, you will learn the truth, see how to recognize danger, and discover the steps that stop it. Listen closely. Lives may depend on what you do next. Abuse takes many forms, but every form begins with the same act: the decision to ignore the humanity of an older person. Physical abuse is the most visible. It leaves bruises, cuts, broken bones, and sometimes an empty chair at Sunday dinner. George, an 80-year-old veteran from Sacramento, trusted the staff at his nursing home. After a series of mysterious falls, his daughter installed a hallway camera. The footage was sickening, and Aide shoved him when she thought no one was watching. George survived, but the betrayal changed him forever, and it changed his daughter into a fierce advocate who now visits unannounced, checks every report, and teaches others to do the same. Neglect is another silent killer: the absence of food, medicine, hygiene, or company. Margaret, an 82-year-old retired teacher in Toledo, developed bed sores so severe that neighbors called 911. Her son had been leaving her alone every weekend while he gambled out of state. Bed sores turned septic. Margaret ended up in intensive care. Abandonment is neglect at its cruel extreme: dropping a dependent elder at an emergency department and never returning, or locking the front door and disappearing for days. Sexual abuse of elders shocks the conscience, yet hospital studies reveal thousands of cases each year. Frail bodies, cognitive impairments, and dependence make older adults appealing targets for predators who assume victims cannot report or will not be believed. The shame silences too many survivors. We must break that silence by believing them first and acting swiftly. Financial exploitation cuts deepest because it steals both security and dignity. Richard, a retired electrician in Tampa, lost $200,000 after a scammer posing as his grandson begged for bail money. Elaine in Dallas paid inflated medical bills for years until a lawyer found charges for treatments she never received. Healthcare fraud, forged checks, stolen jewelry, coerced property transfers. Each scheme begins with access and ends with an empty bank account. The average loss per victim exceeds $34,000, and that figure does not include the sleepless nights and shattered trust that follow. How do you spot danger before it destroys a life? Start with your eyes, your ears, and your instincts. Bruises on inner arms, thighs, or the small of the back signal defensive wounds. Burns shaped like household objects reveal deliberate contact. Torn clothing or broken glasses indicate struggle. Listen for trembling voices, sudden silence when a caregiver enters, or phrases like, "I make him angry," or "I'm such a burden." That is emotional control in action. Observe unpaid bills piling up, utilities shut off, or unexplained withdrawals. Those are the fingerprints of financial crime. Trust the uneasy feeling in your gut. If something feels off, investigate until you are sure. Many families make the fatal mistake of believing abuse happens only to lonely seniors with no relatives. The truth is harsher. Most perpetrators are people the elder knows: relatives, friends, caregivers, even spouses. Adult children offend in nearly half of reported cases. Stress does not cause abuse, but it weakens judgment and fuels rage. Stephen from Chicago adored his father until Alzheimer's turned simple chats into hour-long repetitions. Sleepless nights and mounting debt twisted his patience into anger. One evening, neighbors heard shouting and called police, just in time to prevent tragedy. Intervention, counseling, and respite care redirected Stephen's frustration toward compassion. Understanding motive is not excusing behavior, it is the key to prevention. Emotional abuse may leave no bruises, yet its scars linger longest. Words that belittle, mock, or threaten can erode an elder's sense of worth until they no longer complain, no longer hope, and no longer look anyone in the eye. Susan, a 74-year-old widow from Albany, once hosted Sunday dinners for a dozen grandchildren. After moving in with her daughter, she stopped answering the phone. Church friends grew worried and surprised her with a visit. They found her sitting in silence while the TV blared. Her daughter confessed she yelled whenever Susan forgot to take medication or asked a question twice. Counseling, caregiver training, and regular respite visits transformed the household, but only because friends refused to accept Susan's sudden withdrawal as just aging. Sexual abuse demands special vigilance because victims often feel too ashamed to speak. Watch for unexplained urinary tract infections, torn undergarments, or sudden anxiety during bathing. Ask doctors to perform gentle, private examinations if you suspect wrongdoing. Medical professionals are mandatory reporters who can escalate concerns discreetly. Reporting sexual abuse can be uncomfortable, but silence only emboldens predators who assume age robs their victims of credibility. Let us talk money, because scammers certainly will. Phone calls claiming you owe back taxes, emails threatening to cancel Social Security, pop-up windows pretending to be tech support. Each script creates panic and rushes the victim into bad decisions. If anyone demands immediate payment in gift cards, cryptocurrency, or wire transfers, it is fraud. Protecting assets starts with practical steps. Set up direct deposit and automatic bill pay to limit the need for physical checks. Review bank and credit card statements together every month. Enable text alerts for large withdrawals. Freeze credit for elders who no longer seek loans. It blocks identity thieves from opening new accounts. Consider a trusted, unrelated financial professional as co-signer for major transactions. If cognitive decline is evident, create a revocable living trust that requires 2 signatures for large transfers. Technology can be an ally. Install pill dispensers that record when medications are removed. Use smart cameras in common areas, with the elder's consent, to confirm good care or expose mistreatment. Activate speaker systems that allow family to drop in without scheduling a call. Surprise interaction keeps everyone honest. Healthy caregivers welcome transparency. Abusers fear it. If you suspect abuse, time is muscle and money. First, ensure immediate safety. Call 911 if danger is present and move the elder to a secure place. Next, document everything. Photograph injuries, save voicemails, print suspicious emails, copy bank statements, and write down dates, times, and names. Then report. Every state runs a 24-hour Adult Protective Services hotline. The National Elder Care Locator at 1-800-677-1166 will connect you to local help. Provide the facts and stay on the line until you understand the next steps. Reporting does not end your responsibility. Follow up. Ask investigators for timelines. Offer to testify. Accompany the elder to medical and financial appointments. Arrange counseling for trauma. Recovery is possible only if victims feel believed and supported. Prevention begins long before crisis strikes. Hold family meetings while parents are still healthy. Discuss expectations, finances, and care preferences openly. Draft durable powers of attorney, healthcare proxies, and wills while the elder is mentally sharp, and appoint backup agents in case the first becomes unavailable. Rotate caregiving duties among relatives and use professional respite services to prevent burnout. Equip the elder with medical alert pendants. Teach them to screen calls and practice a scam script that ends unsolicited conversations quickly. I do not conduct business over the phone. Send information in writing. Rehearsal breeds confidence, and confidence repels scammers.